Good morning, traders. Welcome to the live trading room. I hope you are all doing well. Before we get started, is there anyone who can recommend a good streaming mic? If somebody can recommend a good streaming mic, if you can send me an inbox on Slack, I'll really appreciate it. I need to upgrade the one I have. So I think I need a really proper streaming mic. If somebody can recommend one, even if it's in your country, we can arrange that we get it purchased and then you can courier it this side. I would really appreciate it. Let's get started. Euro US dollar. Daily. 3 waves. Are we ready to make a move to the upside? Okay, it's just the daily that is still right at the bottom. So we may get a deeper 3-wave structure here for a start. So even if this is going to make another double correction here, we must still at least get a bigger move to the upside, a bigger correction that can be up to about the 50% of this. So the 50% of this is at about 1.20. Let's just do it quickly, or rather the 50% of the whole move. Let's get the retracement tool. There. Actually, the 50% is around this area. 61%, 51%, 120.91. Let's say 121, 1.21, 1.21 on Euro US dollar. So we are looking at this corrective structure to at least get to this level. If it's just going to be a pullback, we'll get up to this level at least, so you can have this trade up to this level. So let's have a look how it's playing out. It's been playing out perfectly well, as analyzed from right when we were still here. When we were still here, we looked at this to do this. We even thought it was going to do this before coming down here, and then we're looking for this. So as you've seen, we saw that it was actually not going up in with an impulse. It was going in 3 waves. That's why when we were here, we focused that it was going to reverse here. Now it reversed there, and then we focused that it was going to reverse here. And now we're getting a bounce here. Is this the bounce that we're looking for? Is this ready to continue to the upside, or is this correction still going to be much bigger than what it is? Doesn't matter right now. What matters is that we are seeing what looks like a reversal, but let's have a look at this structure now. On the 4-hour, so the 4-hour structure, it looks pretty corrective, guys. It looks very corrective. 1, 2, 3. This could do this. This needs to stay above 50 for us to confirm this is going to the upside. We've got a nice 3-wave structure. We are at the top. We're just at the 50 mark. So the positive thing is that we are on the 4-hour and we are popping up above 50. As long as we don't get a candle closing below this flag. If we do, that means we are going to get one more down that could even retest this low here, or the blue box, as follows. And if that happens, we could be getting a structure like this. Let's just clear on here. We could be getting a structure like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 into the blue box, and then upside. Will this be 5 waves? If this becomes 5 waves, that means we could have had a 5-wave move here with a structure like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. 1, 2, 3. So let's just have a look here and how this is going to play out. Let's watch this structure closely. If you're not in the trade on Euro US dollar, do not have FOMO, the fear of missing out. If this is going to be a proper trade setup, you will need to get a decent entry at current levels, or not necessarily at current levels. If it is going to go up, whether it's in 5 waves or 3 waves, you need to get a pullback here in 3 to get your entry. And that pullback must happen with a 4-hour still above 50, and at least the daily starting to get above 50. So as it is, there's no confirmation there, but there's nothing wrong for those who have bought it from the blue box. Those who have bought yesterday from the breakout of the correction, you can still hold your trade. Those that have bought in the blue box can just move it, can just move their stop from the 1,618. Move your stop from the 1,618. Your stop would have been here when you bought from the blue box. You are safe now. you can actually move your stop to just below the flag. You can even put it here. Okay, you can even put it back there, just a few pips below the entry, almost risk-free. But it is not convincing that this is going all the way up, because this looks pretty much corrective. So we will only be convinced if this starts breaking up here. But right now, what is likely to happen is this. We're going to see this, retest the blue box possibly. We are at the top. We're retesting the 50% of the RSI from the bottom. So likely this, likely this. So if that happens, this analysis now, we're analyzing this now. This can come back down, makes a new low here. This can come down, does not make a new low, but rather makes a new higher low. For the first time in a long time, I actually got that right. A new higher low here. And if it's making a new higher low, it means it's divergence. Then we'll actually get our reversal that we've been looking for. And this one could actually come up with a decent reversal candle than what we're seeing here. Then that would be upside, because everybody's expecting it to push up higher here. Looks too obvious there. So we'll be looking for a decent one around these levels. If it gets into the blue box again with divergence, you can actually get another entry from there. Right, so that is Euro US dollar, the DXY. Let's see as well on the DXY. Can we still pop up above into the blue box again and make these structures? The same thing here. We could go into here. So we just have to consider both possibilities here so that you don't panic when it happens, so we can get something like this. Okay, so you may think that this is going all the way up. It goes up with divergence. This one does not make a new higher high, but rather makes a new lower high, and then we can come to the downside like this. Okay, so there's a possibility for that. Okay, we're slightly dipping below 50 here. So let's see how this is going to play out. So you need to be aware of all the possibilities. Pound, US dollar. Yesterday, we were looking for this to break above. We were here yesterday. We broke above this. We were here. We got another corrective structure. We are now here. Also looks like a three-wave structure, but this one has broken above 50 convincingly. Okay, has broken above 50 convincingly. So if this is going to be upside there, we're not going to need to see something like this. We're going to need to see a reset here. We're going to need to see a retest of the 50. Then we're going to confirm that this is going to go to the upside. Okay, so let's see. Even if you don't get a reset here, you can go to the 1 hour and get a trade set up for upside on pound US dollar, because pound US dollar 4 hour and the daily are all above 50. That's why you can actually buy the pound whenever it confirms, because if you look at the daily, you've got a clear setup on the daily on the pound. So that's why you can actually buy it from the blue box like that. At the bottom, it's starting to lift up with this reversal here, right? And then the 4 hour is also above 50, as you can see. So this is a good indicator that the trend to the upside is still intact, as follows. Okay, so that is why we will look at that. But it also looks like a three-wave structure. We can get one more down and then upside. Could make this as a running flat or even an expanding flat. One more down and then we go. Consider all the possibilities there. US dollar chief starting to make a reversal. We just need to see, just like the DXY, whether this reversal is only a three-wave pullback. Okay, then we're going to see one more up and then downside. But let's see how that's going to play out. For now, there's a setup for downside, but this one has been making such a strong move to the upside. We're only dipping below 50 now on the 4 hour, but the daily is still above 50. Daily is still looking very strong, but you can look at this one here. If you're a aggressive trader, you can take this trade and target just around this level. This level, you can move it to break even in case this one can make one more down, one more up and then downside. Okay, that is US dollar chief, US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD, we know we do not buy US dollar CAD. We only wait for confirmation of structures to give us continuation to the downside until we get to this level here. Let's see what level we're looking for on US dollar CAD until we get to 120, which is 600 pips away now. So we don't buy US dollar CAD. Every time you get a pullback, you look for opportunities to sell. Right now, we've got this impulse. So with that impulse, possibilities are this, that you can get this to make a three-wave structure. So even when this is happening, do not get excited. Look to take it down. That is a US dollar CAD. The move to the downside does not look complete. Audi US dollar, just like Euro US dollar. So looking at Audi US dollar, it looks a little bit more convincing that the Euro will be strong to the upside, because the Audi, as much as it has reversed from the 0.619, it has now significantly broken above 50, clear break above 50. So any trade setup here, you can start looking for upside. The 4-hour is well above 50. Let's have a look at the daily. The daily, as you can see, much better setup than what you're seeing with the Euro. So the Aussie is the better choice to take a trade to the upside, even better than the Euro here. Even if the Euro has gone into the blue box, it has gone in a little bit too deep, but Audi, any correction here, whether 1 hour or 4 hour, you can start taking that to the upside, because we're expecting that we're going to see the new highs there on the Audi. New Zealand, same, daily, confirming, upside. We should see continuation to the upside here. More convincing than the Euro, as you can see here, all time frames. All time frames are confirming. So the daily and the 4-hour. Above 50, all of them. So if you get a trade set up here, you can start looking for it. Okay. That's New Zealand. US dollar ZAR. Is it going to retest the low here? What is new here that we didn't discuss? We have discussed this a number of times. When this was coming down here, we said it was going to come bounce, it's going to come retest the top. It has done so. It is coming down. Nothing new here. We're expecting that to go all the way down. Pound yen, all the way up to 56. Here's another confirmation for more upside here on pound yen. But the 4-hour does not actually have a trade setup. Here it is. This is confirmation for further upside. Okay, it's another confirmation for another leg higher on pound yen. So we're still going to see further upside on pound yen as follows. Here's another confirmation. RSI well above 50. So some people who don't know how to use the RSI properly would be saying we are overbought. Now they want to sell this. You don't sell an overbought market. There's no such thing as overbought. That means there's buying pressure. It means the buyers are in control. So why would you want to sell when everybody's buying? Because buying pushes this the pair higher. So you want to be always involved to the upside. Exactly the same thing here. Look at this here. We are above 50. There's no overbought. Okay, US dollar yen. US dollar yen, as much as the US dollar, US dollar is showing some weakness short term, US dollar yen is showing another confirmation for upside. We need to see a candle closing above this to confirm further upside. So that's a 3-wave pullback on the 4-hour. We are at the bottom. We are at the bottom. So we'll be looking for further upside. Okay. We'll be looking for this. So what are you doing now to get the trade set up here? Candle, 4-hour candle just needs to close above this. As you can see here, we didn't close. We are on the new candle. We have not closed above. So if the 4-hour candle closes above this, you take the trade. 40 pips below this, then that's the trade set up for further upside. Euro yen. Euro yen, yesterday we were here. We've broken up to the upside here. Question is this upside going to be sustained beyond this, or is it just going to come back down for one more up? I would like this one. Doesn't matter what I like. Well, let's see what the market gives us. But I wouldn't like to take this one, knowing very well that this is very close to this area where we can get a reversal and then upside. Okay, I'd rather want to get any setup above this, whether it's 1 hour or 4 hour. We know the market, the price is bullish there, but you also want to get safe trades. You can get a few pips to the upside, but that would not be a clear structure. Chief, 3-wave pullback. Are we going to see this one make a move to the upside? Possibly start with the diagonal and then upside. Looking very strong, and also looks like all the yen pairs are looking upside. CAD yen usually follows US dollar yen, so showing strength, continuation to the upside. We've been saying that about CAD yen and all the CAD pairs. Basically CAD, because of the strength in oil, looking for just upside. Right? That is New Zealand yen. Audi yen, same. So Audi yen, we'll be looking for it to break above this for us to confirm further upside. I would like this one to take the top, come back down, then we start looking for entries from the bottom here. And while that is happening, this will be resetting, and then we start looking for this. But it doesn't matter if you don't get this, we start looking for any trades above this. The market is still pretty bullish. Gold, very interesting. Just like the euro, we've got to move to the upside here. We've broken above the 4-hour, so we'll be looking for any entries for further upside. It looks like a 5-wave move here, so we could get a decent correction here for further upside on gold. All right. Silver. Now, silver structurally a little bit tricky on the bigger structure. Let's switch off here and just see what is possibly happening here with silver. The structure we were looking for on silver is this 1, 2, and looking for this to make a 3 here. Okay. Now it looks like we are going to get another move here to the upside. We've got a 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're still going to continue to the upside here like that. Is this going to take this top here? Let's have a look. Can we take that top again? Let me switch off again. Can we take that top again and then still come back down? Doesn't look likely, so we will follow the gold structure. It is the one that is a lot clearer than what we're seeing on silver. Let's clean it up a bit. So that is what we were looking for on silver. We were looking for it to continue all the way down. So after this, we're looking for this to go all the way to the downside. We cannot even call this a running flat because it did not break here. So if it had broken, I would accept that silver can actually start pushing to the upside. If it had done this, if this had done this, then that would have been a running flat. Then we can say then silver will continue to the upside. It has made a running flat and it's going to continue to the upside, but that did not happen. So let's see what we're going to get here. I can see a corrective structure here. Looks like we're going to get one more up here. Could it be the end of the move on silver? If that is the case, silver may have made this 3-wave structure and the structure on silver may be done as follows. Okay, so let's see how that's going to play out. So if that is all the correction, then we'll start seeing silver go up correctively in the following manner, which is 3 up here, 1, 2, 3, back, and another 3 up here. So it will go up correctively. Okay, so let's see. All right, that is silver. Except for that, there's a possibility which I don't think will happen for this to make an expanding flat as follows. If we've got 3 down here, it comes back and makes a 3 down and then upside. But I'm not looking at it. It's just to show you that that could be something like that. Oil looks to be resuming the move to the upside. 4-hour is showing us continuation to the upside. Could be looking to buy oil now again. Set up on the 4-hour, breaking above this continuation pattern, showing us upside here on oil. Any 1-hour correction here, upside. Pound chief. This is a corrective structure. Looks something like this. Could be getting 1, 2, 3, and then upside. Still continuation to the upside. That pullback doesn't mean anything. That is still the correction. We'll still see a push to the upside on this one. But there's some divergence here. But divergence doesn't mean anything as long as this is above 50. Pound CAD. Pound CAD, I was looking for this to drop as follows. We still have this setup. We still have this here. So this dropping below 50, this dropping below this, a candle closing below this, then will confirm that we are going to get that one more down after this corrective structure. We need to get a 4-hour candle closing below this. Then this would have made a 3-wave structure here, and then we start making a move to the downside. We are at the top, we are below 50. So that should come down again. That is pound CAD. It makes sense for this to push down because CAD is very strong, as well as oil. Audi. Yesterday we were looking for pound Audi to push a little bit higher. Did not happen. We did not break out of this structure. We were looking for this to continue to the upside. I even had my alert here, which got triggered, but it did not close above. So I'm still looking for this on pound Audi. Is it going to do that? Going to do that? Going to do that? Not a trade anymore. New Zealand was also looking for that to make a continuation pattern. My alert was not triggered, so no trade there yet. Are we going to get this? Still possible. Let's see how that's going to play out. The New Zealand and the Aussie strength has resumed, so that's maybe the reason why these two are dropping, specifically pound Aussie and pound New Zealand. Euro pound. Euro pound looks like it's forming a base here around this level. Our expectation is for this to drop a little bit lower and then bounce here. So if it's bouncing up, you can imagine what's going to be happening to the pound. So the pound should be pulling back. Euro Audi. Euro Audi, after making that impulse, it has been making this structure. Yesterday, we were looking for this one to break out of this structure. I still have that structure with an alert. Okay. It has now gone very deep, so I may not necessarily be interested in that one unless it makes a nice, decent entry for upside like this. That's Euro. I also had another one here. You can see it did not trigger, so no trade, no problem. Expanding flat, I'm going to get this to the upside. We'll be looking for that. So that structure will be a move up, expanding flat, and then a move to the upside as follows. Right. EuroCAD. EuroCAD should continue lower. Got people in the waiting room. Let's admit them all. EuroCAD should continue to the downside. We've got this corrective structure. We are at the top. RSI is well below 50, so EuroCAD will still continue to the downside. It has been continuing to the downside from when we got this trade here with the conservative target here, which we reached around these levels. Showing keeps continuing with the entry. So here's another entry. EuroCAD still looking downside. EuroChief. EuroChief yesterday, we were looking for that to make another continuation to the upside. As you can see, my alert has not triggered. It looks like it's making another one more move to the downside. So that's why it's important to only take the trade when you've got all the triggers. See, imagine if I had said, okay, I know structures. This is a 3-wave structure. This is already going up, so I'm just going to buy anyway because I know it's going to go up. Look what happens. This is how people lose money, because you know. We don't know, we wait for confirmation. The strategy knows, we don't know. All right, that is a EuroChief, Euro Audi New Zealand. Audi New Zealand, still gonna push to the upside. Be careful though at this, as that may be a cap. A break above this will be a trigger for a trade. I've got an alert on this one here. I've got an alert on that one. I put it a little bit higher because I know that if it's getting to that level, then it would have broken up at the actual boundary level. So that is Audi New Zealand. We'll look at where the 4-hour is. There's actually no trade set up right now, but on the 1 hour, there may be. not necessarily, nothing on the 1 hour either. So this may come back for 1 before we actually push to the upside. If it's coming back for 1, then this one will drop, and this one needs to remain above 50. Audi CAD, just like Audi US dollar, has made this deep 3-wave pullback, sharp 3-wave pullback though. For all of them, it was a sharp 3-wave pullback. This is how we looked at it yesterday, expanding flat. We even checked the levels for the break above that. So this one is making this move. Is that the reversal? Are we going to see continuation to the upside? That is Audi CAD, just like Audi US dollar, really same structure, 3-wave pullback and resuming upside. The RSI is pushing up about 50. It's about 50, but we're at the top here. So let's see if we're going to get a setup on the 1 hour to confirm upside. Audi Chief, 1, 2, 3 here. Could take the top here, come back down, and then upside. I would really like this structure. If it happens, that's a good move to the upside. There will be a nice A, B, complex B correction here, C, and then upside. Nice regular flat if that happens. Currently, we are looking for this move. New Zealand CAD, another expanding flat, like that. We've got a move. We need to see continuation to the upside. New Zealand Chief, have similar structure to New Zealand, to Audi Chief. That's why I almost thought we already did this one. So we've got this here, we've got this here. Can we see this push a little bit higher? Take the top, come back down. Same structure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. We're just focusing here, not trade setups. So we'll be looking for this to drop slightly here, push up higher, down, and then upside. CAD Chief. Now, CAD Chief, as I said yesterday, I'm actually very happy that this is happening. I want to get a trade on CAD Chief to the upside because the long-term move on the CAD Chief is looking upside. I want to get an entry here, which you can hold for another 500 pips or so. If we go to the daily, just 1 second, guys. All right. So if you look at CAD Chief just here, there's a potential for this to go all the way up. Okay, all the way up. How far? Let's see. Let's see on the weekly. So on the weekly, this has potential to get to this level. So as I've shown previously, this is a running flat. This is a expanding flat. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3, 3, 5. So this can come up with a 5-wave structure. So even a slight pullback here can be a nice entry to take it all the way up to 80, which is about 700 pips from current levels. So that's why I want this pullback. I don't want to enter because of FOMO and just say I'm entering because I'm expecting this to go up here. What if you enter, you get this deep correction here, and this correction here could be about 200-300 pips? Would you handle that pullback? So mostly you will not, because most people prefer short-term trading. So you don't want to be 200-300 pips in the negative, in the red. So unless your strategy is like that, you trade the weekly charts, then you can wait for this. This can take a couple of weeks to play out, but I will be looking for an entry in the lower degree. So keep an eye on this one, because if you get a nice entry, you can actually hold it for a couple of days or weeks until we get to that level. Okay, so that is a CAD Chief. So a pullback, I want to deep pullback on this one, and a complete structure for entry. Then we'll look for upside. Right, let's go to the indices. Just a matter of time before we get those breaks. On the S&P 500, we are back at the top. Looks like we're about to break now. We want to see this one up, push to the upside. Let's go to the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, there's no trade set up either. So we want to see this pullback or correct here or make a flag at those levels. We've made this very nice A, B, C corrective structure. We've made a push to the upside. Any flag here, nice opportunity to take it further up. Dow Jones Industrial has already broken. As you can see, it's gone from yesterday. It's already gone after making the 3-wave pullback. We'll be looking for this continuing to the upside. That is the Dow. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq has made a 3-wave pullback as well. ABC corrective structure has made a move to the upside. We're looking for this to push up higher and get out of this structure. Okay, so that is the Nasdaq. Any continuation pattern here, we look to take the Nasdaq further up again. UK 100. The UK 100, the structure that is playing out on the 4 hour is this one. 3 waves up, 3 waves back. We're expecting this one to go up like that. Push a little bit higher to complete this structure. So that 3-wave structure is coming from this. We've got a move down here. And after that move, we're seeing this 3-wave structure. Can it push up higher and come back down? We'll see what structure is building there on the UK 100. For now, we're still looking for this to push a little bit higher. All right, that is the UK 100. DAX, nothing new. We've been looking for this break, not only from here, from when we were here and when we were here. Okay, so it's still pushing up higher. We're still looking for continuation to the upside. The others should follow as well. Nikkei is also going to give us a reversal with this 3-wave pullback. So I have to look at this as well, because sometimes you don't really see this, because some people ignore the spikes. This is a move, this is a move, this is a move. That's why I'm calling that a 3-wave structure. Okay, currently this looks like a 3-wave structure. It can do this and then upside. So let's see how the Nikkei is going to play out. Now there's no trade set up. The Nifty, after the 3-wave pullback on the Nifty, this has now made a push to the upside. It's now correcting at these levels. Can it make another 3 waves like this? So move up, 3-wave down, 3 waves up. It can make one more down with an impulse and continue to the upside. This will be an ABC flat correction before it makes a push to the upside. Okay, so that is the Nifty. And that's all on the indices. Let's go to the cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin has been pushing up higher. Does that mean that correction is done? We are watching this very closely. That correction, which we saw as three waves, 3 waves. We expected this to go all the way up from there. When it came around these levels, we expected there was a possibility it can do this before it goes up. What is it doing now? We'll take it one wave at a time. We're looking at this as possibly another wave. It will be a very nice structure if Bitcoin can come and retest the 40s around this level before pushing up higher, because then this structure would have had enough accumulation to take it further up higher. So typically when people see these structures and this starts reversing like this sharply, especially when it's making a flat. So with a flat, you'll see a strong impulse coming down here. And then from there, it just comes retests. You see this, it even breaks here slightly and then starts pushing to the upside. There's a possibility for that. If that does not happen, that means this was all a correction. And above this, any continuation pattern to the upside, you can start looking to take it up. If you're trading this, you can start looking to buy it above here. If you're investing on this, any pullback, you should have already added something here around these levels. If it resets again, you can add a little bit more. As long as it's something that you can afford to lose. I do not sell Bitcoin, not yet anyway. So I'm just putting in my investments on the Bitcoin, and I'm spreading it across different cryptocurrencies. But so far, as you've seen on the Sunday webinar, I've shown the ratio between Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin is outperforming the rest. So Bitcoin is a bad bet it's a best bet compared to the others. Okay. Ethereum, same structure. We've got 3 waves to the upside here. Is this going to break to new highs from current levels? Very likely that it actually does this. And this one does not have to do it with 5 waves. It can come down in 5. It does not have to come down in 5. It can also come in 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just like what happened here, 1, 2, 3. And then upside. So let's keep an eye on this. Litecoin. It will be a very nice area to actually sell, or rather to buy the cryptos if we get these moves here. If we get these moves here, we'll be looking for around this area. It will be nice buys. Okay. Just need to make sure that I've got some capital to put on when we get these reversals around this area. Okay. I will not be too confident to buy if we are above here, because I would like to get a good entry at the bottom. That's Litecoin Ripple. Already looking downside. 1, 2, 3, looking downside to retest this level here. So that could be a move down and then upside. While we're looking for this move here. 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down. Then upside. That is Ripple. Right, that's all for today, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Trade responsibly. Be patient with the structures and wait for the corrections. Gold could be a bounce then down. Let's see. Let's just see. Let's see what we confirm. We've got a pulsing move to the upside now. It is possible, but this looks very strong now. This looks very strong. So let's see how that's going to play out. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Bye-bye.